There we go. Hello, everybody.
Excuse me.
Okay. Here we are. Sorry, we're just getting a few little things up and running. There we go. Hello, Money Pit, Donald and Lisa. Okay. Just trying to get this turned on. We just came over a little bit late from the Dyers live. And it was taking a minute for everything to kick on. We were having issues on our end because we were delayed, the audio and the video. So I don't know why.
It's something with StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fully understand how all that works, because if we watch it on StreamYard, we're seeing it as it happens. But if you watch it on YouTube, it's delayed. So
Well, and I had to have the YouTube app they're open so we could see the comments and to follow those.
Yeah.
But and everybody, the timing and everything was good on that, except we were delayed. So I had to go over to StreamYard where I could see, and we weren't delayed, but everybody else was. So I wasn't real sure. It was we were trying not to talk too much, actually, because there was such a delay in it. So but I think that's the only way you were able to get into studio. And Donald, I know that you were trying to get into studio, and it was saying it wouldn't let you. And I think,
well, that was because he's asking about doing it on an iPad.
Well, yeah, we don't know, but it should have. And that's why I think Monty went and he opened the StreamYard, and then he went in that way.
I went and opened the Chocolate Delight. That's what I was.
Yeah, a few minutes ago. He went and opened the dessert. So, hey, Donald and Lisa, did you guys have any problems finding us? It wouldn't let you connect. Okay, there's Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. There we go. There's Farm to Table. There's Ryan. Let's see. I want to see. Let's pop this up. Pop this up. I think that you might you may also want to share. You can have 6-3 updates anymore. Copy. I'm reading this. We've never done this. Do I copy that?
Okay, try it.
And then
see what happens.
I'm checking. Yeah.
We're among friends here.
Yeah. I don't know that that's going to put up, but I bet. Hey, BNUS Odyssey. Hey, Rebecca and Evelyn, Keith. Let's see. Let me go scroll back up here. Banners, brand, private ad, having issues, invite. I wanted to invite. Who can talk me through this? How do I pin that up here on StreamYard so y'all can jump on? I wanted Ryan or Keith to jump on. I was in the wrong live. That's okay, Beth. Let's see. Here we go. I'm trying to see. Click on a comment and show it on screen. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's what I wanted. This is one of the things I wanted to learn. Okay. So it wouldn't let you connect. See, I need to figure out how to get, I need to figure out how to put up the pin so you can come on. I wonder, new layout, edit layout. Sorry, you have to learn this on the fly while you're going. We're slowly filing in. Yes, that's okay, because we always have technical difficulties in the beginning.
Yep.
Just trying to get, yeah, we're 5 minutes, 6 minutes into this, and I'm still trying to figure out. Hey, Treasure Hunter Neil. Getting ready for work in the morning and can't chat. Okay, we have you on our big screen. Oh, thanks. What were you going to say?
We figured out how to get the comments up on the.
Well, look, it says show. So click on it, shows it. There we go. Not familiar with StreamYard, so no help here. Great. Well.
Thanks, Keith.
No, that one's Ryan, I believe. There's Keith. Where's Jack? I don't know. He must be taking a break.
Oh.
Maybe Clyde made him come out and finish helping with the deer. Hello, Wild Huckleberry. Let's see. Oh, I understand completely. Okay, I can't direct you. What is Donald saying? Because we don't understand it either. Okay. I know. I really don't know how to. I could click on here on settings. What do we got here? Nope, I don't want to leave that. I didn't see Amy jump in yet, did I? Hopefully she will. Boy, she flies on this stuff. Okay, so I did make it down here all the way. Well, I guess anyway, how have you guys been doing this week? The week after Thanksgiving?
Yep. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a week and a half, but.
Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving is kind of a full 4-day event.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend for a lot of people.
But we also wanted to remind everybody that Farm to Table is going to have Joel Salatin on
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday at 7, I think.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's why. That's what I'd love to have Ryan, you or Keith jump on it if I knew how to get you on here, because you could tell us. I even had some questions. Number one, we need to try to watch them on. Give me a minute and I'll text her. Okay, thanks, Evelyn. Need to watch on Tuesday because you said Joel Salatin, and I was wondering, are you guys going to be? Have you already interviewed him, and you're just posting it, and you're just kind of updating on Tuesday, or is he going to be on your show and you're going to be talking to him live? So, and I was going to have you guys hop on and talk about that. Oh, no, he won't be on. Oh, sorry. Here we go. We are covering what he talked about at the Rogue Food Conference. Okay.
Okay.
That'll be good. It's still, I'm excited to hear that.
New folks that are on here, if you're not subscribed to Farm to Table, you need to do that. And you need to push those guys out. They are doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is beneficial to us.
Yeah. The whole community.
So support them guys. The two brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be awesome to have him on. Hey, I bet all you got to do is ask. I bet he'd do it. Well.
Yeah, probably cost a little bit.
No, not for an interview. Surely not.
Shouldn't, but you never know.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm not sure what banners are, if that would be.
No.
I thought for sure there would be a simple a simple little way to click them. Yes, it would be awesome to have him on. Okay. BNUS Odyssey, I think you click on the comment, go to the third dot in chat and select pin comment. Well, I'm actually trying to figure out how to put our link out there and to pin our link at the top. So, so like Ryan or Keith could jump on and talk about it. Hey, Jack. Hey, Jack, got a question for you. If you can hear us good. Can you talk me through how to pin the link up there so we can have open mic, so we can bring people on panel? And I'm just not sure how to do it. I kind of clicked everything I can find. Okay.
You had it for a minute and it said something about so they could click it, but I don't know where you found that.
I don't know. Okay.
Excuse me.
Is Jack calling? Click on invite and then copy the link and paste it, then pin it. So like post a comment. Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Where did the invite go?
Hang on.
I copied it. There we go. Copy it.
Down at the
And
bottom.
then
Yeah, I
the
see
link.
invite.
Do I post it here? I've already done that. I've already done that.
There. Oh. Okay. It doesn't,
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't pin on our computer either.
No, I just messed up. Okay, I can do that. I can think I
Hang
put him
on.
on speaker. Sorry, guys. No, just I think, Jack, I think I heard you say do this from your phone. Okay. Okay, well, let me see here. Okay, you can keep talking to everybody and read their chats. Okay, farm to table is in the basement if I can figure it out.
Hey, look
Hey!
at-
I got Ryan. I don't know how we did it.
we got it on though. That's right.
Okay, well, hey, you can jump on.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay,
Bye.
there we go. So now was the link?
For whatever reason, like Jack just said, for whatever reason, we can't do it on the computer. We have to do it on the phone.
So Ryan, can we hear you?
I don't know. I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah. Did you actually just click on the link that I had posted in the comments?
I did. That's
And
all I
that's what took you to the basement?
did. Right.
Okay, so all I need to do is
Yeah, you click on it and then it goes takes you to StreamYard on a separate page, and then you click enter the studio, and that puts you in the basement. So.
Okay. I'm just
Don't ban him.
no, I was on us. No, I was trying to see if it would let me pin that to the top. But at least that's so like Jack, if you're on there, if you want to jump on, it's about 4 above you in the chat. And I've got the link there. See if that'll put you in the basement. But Ryan, I think we wanted you to talk about Tuesday night.
Okay. Well, Tuesday night is the final series, the final part of the series we were doing over Road Food Conference. Joel was he opened up the conference on that Saturday, but he finished it up with a pretty powerful session coming behind John Moody, and they're just going to go over those comments and what he shared with us there about how to deal with government regulators, how to some of the stories, if you will, of how they have faced down government regulators out on their place, and it's very important stuff. And I said it was awesome to get to sit there, and I mean, it was a very close environment. There was probably about 100 to 150 people. That was it. And we were actually sitting just catty corner right behind him at his table. So it was really good to be that close, get some good information. But we're going to go over that, to some of the notes I took that, and Keith took that, as far as what we picked up on that we felt was worth sharing with the community, things that really stood out to us. And dig through my notepad here. Let's see where am I at.
Michelle, did you get it pinned?
I don't know how to pin it to the top, but it is in the chat.
Clyde's telling me he's in the pickup. We was fixing to run an errand right quick. We're trying to clean up all the deer.
Yeah.
So when you pull it up on your phone, you see the link, touch your logo.
Okay, I got to go back and find my link.
Find the link and then touch your logo,
Right.
and it should ask you to pin it, being the creator. If
Okay.
Clyde says he's in the pickup, Jack.
yeah, I'm headed that way. We got to run an errand. So
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I pinned it.
I didn't know he went to the pickup. I thought he was in the house here.
Yeah, Keith said you did it. So
Got it pinned?
Okay, good deal.
All right. Now,
Thank you.
Hey, look at our Christmas lights, y'all. Look
Woo!
how pretty they are. There's a lot of them.
There we go.
All right. I'm going
Good.
to
Whoop,
oh, we're losing.
we're losing him. He's getting away from the house.
Yep. Getting away from his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we know.
Yep.
But,
Oh, he's back.
yeah. Later, Jack. Yeah.
See ya. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Technical advisor. There you go.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Okay.
Keith and I don't use StreamYard, so I'm sure Keith was over there pounding away on his laptop figuring it out.
Oh, yeah. What do y'all use?
We use Restream.io.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just heard about them. I think it was this week I watched something on Restream.
Yeah, like I said, it's what we got into, and it allows us a lot of the stuff we're able to do as far as lower third, sharing comments, a lot of control there. We can run video off of it and that type of thing. So it's really useful for how we operate on a show to be able to bring stuff up. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, StreamYard I think is a good service. I mean, Keith I know has researched it some and looked into it, but we got one or two little bugs we're still working on Restream. Like if we play music, if we don't play it right, or if we play a clip, or even if we're trying to talk at the same time, it will garble, it'll noise cancel out. And now when we're in the studio together and we're running through that system, we have no problem. But when I'm here at my house and he's at his house in the studio, and our Mr. P's and his place, and if any of us try to talk over each other, or even when we were in the studio and we played Milk and Cookies that episode, you couldn't hear it. It noise canceled it out, and we don't know why. So we're still working on that technical detail. But,
Okay.
but it's been good to us otherwise. I mean, it's with modern internet and having that capability that I can be here and he can be there, and do what we do. So,
Yeah.
which we'll be remote like this week. As far as I'll still be here at my house, because it's 40 to 50 miles between our houses. So to make that trip over on a Tuesday night and then still get home is kind of a drive. But the following Tuesday, we're going to do a year in review, kind of wrap up 2024, and I'll be in studio for that. And then we're going to take a break since Christmas and New Year's. Our Tuesday nights fall on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, so I figured those would be good nights to be home. Just take a couple of weeks off. But he's asking me what some of the topics are. He's asking me because I got the notes. anyway, yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk to Jonathan. One of the things he talked about as far as like, basically how to make things stick, embracing being different. And let me see, like don't communicate with, communicate with the government in writing only. Innovation requires experiments on a small scale. And, then just talking about some of the stuff, education informed influence. I mean, there really is so much more. And as we get into it, we'll talk. But I mean, he just laid down so much, experience and knowledge in dealing with things. And one of the things he said is, if we're not smarter, if we can't be more creative than a government regulator, then shame on us. So, because their whole big thing for that conference was about circumvention, about finding ways around the government regulations. Don't break the law. I'm not saying break the law. He's just saying find creative ways to work within the system. So that's
Creative
really
solutions.
yeah.
But is he going to be able to change some of that?
We'll see. Something I talked about this last Tuesday was, I had caught up on his they do Beyond Labels. It's a podcast he does with, and I can't remember the other person's name on it, but he basically just kind of laid out that, they've been approached by the transition team and they've been asked and, and everything, but they were kind of waiting to see. I think he will go ahead and do it. He said it kind of got carried away. There was conversation, it was asked, and he, I think with the person they've got nominated as the ag secretary, he'll still probably be willing to go in as an advisor. But and so hopefully so. But he just said don't read too much into it, kind of thing. It's it'll be advisory role. But and as far as the selection of who they chose for ag secretary, he said it wasn't who he wanted, which was Representative Massey. But it was by no definition the worst pick it could have been. This person's not caught up in the corporate agriculture world. So
Yeah.
so hopefully that'll be a positive. She's not. It's not going to be corporate capture of the USDA. So so that'll be a good thing. Any more than it already is, anyway. But and if they do what they say they're going to do in Clean House, then we'll see. Hopefully it gets better. But at least a voice of the non-commercial farmer will be there in the circle. And he was just recently on. Joel was just recently on RFK Jr.'s podcast. So them two have now met and know each other. So that'll be a positive as well, I think. So
Yeah, I'd be interested. Look that up and find that.
yeah, just it's on like I said, on YouTube. There, RFK Jr. He does his thing, and yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, that I happened to notice it. Haven't watched through all of it. We're Keith kind of put a note in there. We're working on. We're going to try to get. His name's Rick West. He's the representative down in the area of Oklahoma where Keith lives. And he's works up in Oklahoma City in the capital, and as a representative. And he's a rancher, farmer guy, and just in my knowledge and in talking with him and dealing with him, he doesn't do the whole good old boy cronyism thing. He's pretty well against all of that corporate stuff. So we're going to hopefully try to get after the new year, try to get him on the show so we can get some inside information into the Oklahoma House of Representatives. So.
Good deal. But I was just trying to bring it up on Jack's channel. It's like, you guys, you need to tune in to Farm to Table, because these guys they're digging into stuff that affects us
right
directly. So
yeah, and that's the thing, is trying to find never before has it been so difficult for people to grow their own food. And I don't mean that physically to go out and plant and grow it, but I mean legally to be able to not only grow and produce their own food for themselves, but even to sell it to others, or to share. As we've said on the show, I should be able to, if I want to do a business deal with you to buy something you have, that shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be in you. And I trust you or whoever, I trust a farmer that I know. I trust somebody, a producer, growing food, raising an animal that I can physically talk to far more than I trust a corporate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so we should be able to, do that. And as I told Keith when I'm, if you have a problem, if I If I, you know, if you grow you raise a cow and we get it processed and something happens, I can go talk to you and we can solve this problem. Well, as we've seen with the Ebola, or E. coli, whatever it was with the McDonald's, where they recalled all that meat. Well, how many people had to get sick or die before anything happened?
Yeah.
And you know, you as one person, you or you know, the guy that raises cattle down the street, if he's got a problem, I go talk to him. We get it solved right away. You know, so
Definitely.
and yeah, Greg, yeah, I know Duncan family, Greg. I figured you probably didn't know Rick. Greg lives right down the road from Keith, same town we grew up in, and so we all grew up in the same town. Keith and Greg, I think we're in the same class or near the same class in school. But anyway, so but yeah, that's kind of what's up. Of course, were y'all still on when I brought up about doing the morning, starting to do a morning show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look at planning probably start after the first of the year, 6 to 6:30 in the morning. That allows me time to get it done before I have to go to work. And we'll be hitting headlines or hitting things that are important to the homestead community that I come across, and news alerts, that type of thing. But also a little bit of fun, a little funny, you know, get Jack's Redneck Weather Report and maybe a couple of other things in there to kind of make it a little fun way to start the day, you know, with everybody. So.
And that's the great thing about this YouTube deal.
Yeah.
We even if you're not up at 6:30 in the morning, which I am, but
Not usually where you can.
but you can watch it later.
Well, that's the thing. This person could go back and watch it later.
Yeah.
If they want to turn it on in the background and just listen, you know, because it's not going to be other than, you know, maybe Jack's redneck weather report. You know, it's not going to be video heavy. It'll primarily, I mean, I'll play it, but it'll be audio, so a person could have it on in the background while they're getting ready or doing their morning, getting their morning started. We back and forth on the name. I said I was going to do the Farm to Table Morning Edition, but Keith brought up calling it Chore Time. But
That'll work.
We'll figure it out between now and the new year. But,
Yeah.
So just gotta
Look forward to it.
yeah, hopefully so. Like I said, it's not overly complicated. It's just you know, getting the format laid down and getting a few things done for it. So you know. I don't want to have to think too hard at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Yeah. I normally wake up at about 5, but my brain doesn't kick in until about 6:30.
Right. Oh yeah. I say I used to get up at, you know, up until just recently, I was up at, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 going to work and to be in time. And now I don't usually have to be in there until somewhere between 7:30, 8 o'clock or so. So, so I'm enjoying laying in a little bit, not having the alarm going off before 5:30 is kind of spoiling me right now.
Yeah. Since we got you on here, I guess I need to bring this up.
Yeah, you got the cup. That is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Direct coffee. That's right. So,
Yeah.
Everything's backwards on this thing. So
yeah, it does. Yeah, there's a mirror, but somewhere you should be able to unmirror your screen.
Is it coming Is it showing up mirrored?
Yeah, it's backwards.
Oh,
I think. Well, I can see it farm to table direct. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
I was going to turn it around. See.
I
If
can read it. Of course, then again, I might be reading backwards. Yeah.
Let's see. I can't even read it from there.
Oh no, it's reading right. It's reading right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's reading correct.
There we go.
yeah.
I have to have it close. I have to have it big.
But
Oh.
anyway,
Miss me after me live. Y'all have my number from the group text. Let's see. Do I, Amy? I'm not sure if I've got that. I'll have to fix from the group text. Okay, well, let's see. What's Keith saying? Monty, read what Keith is saying. Nope,
Well, you
wrong
made
one.
You made it small.
Yep. It's all small on this screen.
Oh,
Monty,
headlights.
how long did you have to work on those headlights?
Totally, it was about maybe, I want to guess 30 minutes.
No.
Hush, he
You-
asked me. If I should have, I should have used the sandpaper a little bit longer, I think, because I think there was overspray on those headlights. I need to do it on another set that doesn't have, like I said, I think there's overspray on those headlights. So I need to do another one. But it helps regardless.
Yeah, I in the video, he had to scrub them, and I fast forwarded through a lot of it through editing, and then he had to go over and do the other one, and and so I wasn't here when he filmed that.
Yeah, she wasn't supervising the filming.
And so he just set it on a tripod and barely moved anything. So I just kind of cut it, and 15 hours later is what I put in there, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe people really thought it was hours later.
It was not.
It wasn't that long, but I think you spent 30 minutes I had much more of that in editing time. That's why so much of it was fast forwarded, because I just shrunk it down. And
Yeah.
that's why when he said 30 minutes, I'm like,
But
no, I had more in.
I'm also figuring out if he wasn't filming, how long it would take.
True.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
So say I've heard them, and I believe it. I've tried a little bit of video, and while I'm doing something, and I think it's they said it adds like 10 to 20 minutes minimum to any chore that you're going to do to set up.
No, it's way longer than that.
I ain't talking about editing. I'm just talking about the actual.
No, it just
Oh, okay.
just filming. It's just,
Yeah, it takes forever.
oh, it really does. So, oh, you didn't get me any, did you? I was going
Well,
to go do
you
that.
told me not to because I didn't know how many drops of your stuff to put in there.
Stevia. Yeah.
Now, I come from the grip it and rip it school. I just put the thing up there and hit play and let it do what it does, and I go on. But
Well, that's kind of what Monty does, but
I try.
I told him when he retires someday, he's going to learn this whole other back end.
So I'm looking at the 70 year.
Age limit? No.
Yeah.
No.
Either that, or I'm gonna figure out how these people do it on iPhones.
Well,
You don't even like
I
it.
can do
I
I can
hate.
do it. I can do it on my iPhone, but I will tell you, it's far more work to try to get the buttons and everything. Well,
It can't be.
which editor are you using? Let's let me rephrase that. Let me ask you that.
I use Filmora.
Okay, I haven't. I've been looking at. I know others use it. Now, Keith and I use DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to look at Filmora to see if it's any easier. It's not bad on DaVinci once you learn it, but
Yeah.
the learning curve is steep.
That's my thing. Is DaVinci, do they have a free version?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I use I use on Filmora, but I mean, I do pay for extra.
On this, I've got
Video.
I've got an app on this called Filmmaker Pro,
Mhm.
so I can shoot stuff and bring it over there and edit. But man, it is nowhere as nice, and it's nowhere as it does pretty decent for what it is, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I thought about checking out DaVinci or something else, but really, I feel like I'm just now getting somewhat comfortable with what the different things I do know, and I'm not ready to take that learning curve again.
And I know Brandon, Eddie, and Brandon and Steffi over at Eddie Family Farms. I know they use Filmora.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of others that use it. And,
Yeah. It's
Well, when you're on Android, you're
there's Keith.
it's different.
Hey, Keith, thanks.
Hey,
look at this thing. Yes.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
See me?
What is that?
That is a
That's a what, brother?
Well,
Editing tool.
That's
Okay.
an editing tool?
Yeah.
What is that thing? I mean, is it got an actual name?
See if he can find it there. But that little wheel that's up there on the top of it, he can spin that wheel and it moves it through the video and back and forth. And
Oh, she has to do the sound and all that stuff.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to read. Yeah. So did it have, I mean, do you use that in place of your keyboard and your mouse, Keith?
yeah. He's up in on top of the hill, but the internet speed up there is nowhere near
Okay.
it is at our house. He's at his work, and
Okay. Okay.
so he'll be dragging his end.
Starlink.
See ya.
Oh,
Starlink.
you Starlink.
Yeah. That
Oh.
actually, he's up at he does home health, takes care of a gentleman, works on the weekends doing that, and it was Sunday, Monday, and so it's internet up there, and he has to run off of his T-Mobile hotspot on his phone to be able to do what he just did there, and it's nowhere near as good as our fiber internet that he has at his house and I have at mine. So.
Okay, have him look into Starlink.
He's looked into it, particularly with the idea because he goes overseas, and quite a bit, and not quite a bit, but from time to time. And I know Starlink's supposed to be working over there, so he's looked into it, and we've even looked into it for doing a lot of our remotes. Like when we went to Rendezvous, we didn't have a problem because we had a hard internet line coming into our machinery. And so it was static. But when we go to Okie Homestead Expo, when we went to Ozark Homestead Expo, we're running off. We have a EDU, Educate EDU type wave band we can use. But when you got 3,000-4,000 people on their phones and on their devices, the RF frequency interferes so much that it really was chopping up our stuff. And so we considered Starlink for that.
Let me know.
Yeah.
We're using Starlink with my company. We're using it like crazy.
Right. I know Chris Thompson and Chris and Dodge, I know they use Starlink down there in their mountain. And, we've heard good things about it. And of course there's a startup cost on anything, but, I know we talked to the lady who organizes whatever, Ozark Homestead Expo, Cheryl Franklin. We talked to her down at the Rogue Food Conference, and she just kind of told us out there, not to, her opinion was don't bother trying to do live from the events like that because it's just too much, and it doesn't really. She said it's not going to make anybody show up. It wasn't already there, so we could record to an SD card and upload from there, and so we could still be uploading, the day of. So we're trying to work through some ideas on what's going to be cost effective and still allow us to give the coverage, so.
Yeah, we're with my company. We're putting Starlinks out everywhere.
Right. And it's, it's going to go that way. People are going to more and more.
Well, Elon just announced the other day his cell phones are about to come out.
Oh, man.
Or they already are out.
Gonna mess.
that are going to be linked with his satellites. So,
but I we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I still got to pay for this one. I ain't trying to. But
I know. I just got this one, and it's got to last a while because it's my main camera.
Yeah, well, I'm on a DepthStack camera here, a webcam and stuff, but yeah, I've got tons of videos on that thing. It's okay, and that's why I bought it. Was the camera? That's the whole reason I went to was now some of the apps are nice, but originally it was for the camera. And I've got a rig that it all works in. But
Well, we researched my phone. I needed a new phone because the camera I had on my other one had just pretty much gone out. And, you just do so much filming with your phone.
Right.
And so we got the S23 Ultra and the Galaxy, which I do Android. I don't do iPhones. And so it was the #1 rated for the camera system in it.
Right.
So I'm going to be using this for a while.
Yeah, Duncan asked, "What's the monthly rate for Starlink?"
Starlink.
I can't tell you that, Duncan, because
Great.
I'm dealing with corporate.
Yeah.
I'm sure we pay a whole lot more than.
Keith might know if he's got it.
Well, Wild Huckleberry might be able to. They've got it. So.
Oh, Duncan's okay. Greg's got it.
Yeah. Well, no, Greg wants it. I think Wild Huckleberry has it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So anyway, it's
Getting the chat mixed up.
But I said, I've got it's different service, but I've got gig fiber internet here at the house, so it'll be hard to beat that. So
we're on our co-op and we've got fiber to the house. And
that's true.
Whenever I run speed test on it, it's usually 800 to 900 uplink and usually 8 to 9 downlink. And
I've had as high. I think I average upper eights on up, but I have had above 9 on ups. So it's and it's I said what they say. It was for Wild Huckleberry. They said it's $120 a month. So I'll keep my $82 a month gig fiber. So
okay, I won't tell you that we pay $50.
Different co-ops, different expenses. That's
right.
Yeah, we
were paying a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Are y'all on which co-op are y'all on?
OEC.
OEC. Okay, yeah, we're on Arkansas Valley. So
yeah.
But the government's pumping money out to all the co-ops to do this, because I noticed to the east of us there's another co-op and they've actually started doing the same thing. So
right. Yeah, Keith and them, they I forget the company, but it's not a co-op, but theirs was a private company that brought it in to where he's at. I think if he wasn't the first person signed up, he was definitely in the very first group. He was ahead of it. He was asking them before they ever even had it out open to them. He was on it because he was having to go to the library to upload videos for YouTube because it would literally shut it down. It'd take 2 or 3 nights trying. It'd shut it down. There's just no way you could upload videos. When he got fiber and then I got fiber shortly behind him, man, that was a game changer for live streams and for a video upload.
Oh yeah. It's been a blessing to us.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in fact, even which when we do shows, if we're going to have a guest in, that's like in the top 5 questions. What's your internet? What's your up speed? What device are you using to do it? Is it going to be a laptop or because we've had people having to use iPads and it just doesn't hold the signal steady enough. It doesn't. You get a lot of feedback from the speaker and the microphone on the iPad, and it's just been a nightmare. So if they ain't got a laptop, and if they can't get good upload speed, then we usually have to try to figure something else out. So
that's amazing that iPad's having a problem.
Well, it's just in the microphone speaker. Because even if I'm on my cell phone on a speaker, it can it's looping back in. When it plays on the speaker plays, it repeats it on the microphone. So you get the double repeat on it, and kind of like when Clyde was on the live earlier with Jack, and you could hear it in the other room. It does the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, Greg, I know where you live, so and knowing the town and everything and how they are, yeah. Too bad you can't move a quarter mile, but
yeah.
But
wasn't it Greg that just had his cows get out,
Yeah.
his new cows. Did you guys get them all back, Greg? I think he
He got
I
some
think
back.
he
I know.
did. Yeah.
I know he got
I wonder what the story was on that.
Well, it's like I told him one, we're messaging back and forth. We, that town where he lives, of course, town me and Keith grew up in as well. And, yeah, like I told him, they're at a neighbor's house, you know,
Yeah.
they're down the road.
Yeah. Oh, thankfully ours have never gotten out. We're thankful for that. But we do have we've got a couple things trying to kind of figure out. I don't know if anybody on here has got experience with this, but the steers we have, we're going to be taking them to the processor pretty soon. And so we don't have chutes and runs and stuff, here. And so we are working on our system of trying to get them. We're going to try to lure them into the trailer with feed, get them used to it a couple of weeks ahead, feed them in there and make them get up in there. But I was wondering if anybody has got any great ideas and what they've used to get
Yeah,
animals in.
yeah. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, he got two back, one in the neighbor's pasture. And
Yeah. And one
Oh,
MIA. That
one is on the loose.
terrible.
Oh, so they only got two. Was it three, Greg, that you missed?
Yeah, I think he's got two back, one in the pasture, and then one on the loose.
So did he have four then get out?
4 or 5. I can't remember now. But
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. Most of the cattle loading I did was on actual like big cattle trucks.
total.
We had chutes and stuff, but yeah, 4 total. And but ground loading, if you don't have some way to block the side paths, it's a chore.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, when we fed one out when I lived at home, it was always set the trailer out in the field and then start feeding them in the trailer.
Right, getting them used to going in.
And they go up in the trailer to eat, and then you just slip out there and shut the gates on them.
Makes sense. Worth a try. So yeah. So,
Well, we'll see. My thought is just feed them in it and try to. I'm going to throw them some alfalfa. That's a treat. They do pretty good running for treats, and so
Oh yeah.
I hope.
Well, that's what ever since we've had them here, we've done that.
right.
Just
Yeah,
for
that was they're used to being around people. They're used to being around y'all. So
they won't let us touch them.
No,
Really?
and
That's the craziest thing.
They
We've had them all this time. When we feed them, I try to, scratch their neck, scratch behind their ears, and they have nothing. They don't want nothing to do with that.
what breed? What breed?
low line.
Low-line Angus.
I've probably dealt with them, but the ones I never had any success with, or they were the most headache, was either a Hereford or Charolais. Those two, either one of those two, they would fight tooth and nail getting them on trailers.
Oh man.
Or if they did go on the trailer, you better not be in the way because they were running full speed. But all the rest of them, it just been on. I loaded up a trailer of Charolais that had been on pasture. Their contact with humans had been minimal.
Mhm.
They were spooked out. That was a rough load, and they didn't settle down the whole trip. They were back and forth in the trailer. They were, but so.
Yeah.
Yeah, these low-line Angus, when the guy that raised them and brought them out to us, he had them in a trailer. I don't know I'm sure he has chutes to run them up in there, but
Right.
since we've got them, we've pretty much been feeding them daily just to get them used to us,
Right.
but they do not want to be touched.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. They'll get touched on the dinner plates.
Yeah. Well, that's what, it was like when we get the trailer out there, I'll just put Michelle up in there because they charged her one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody
I
says that.
remember y'all were talking about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so, I mean, I'm ready for them to go because our kids and grandkids use that path quite a bit. And so it's just something with little ones and toddlers, you got to be real cautious
Right.
about
Oh, yeah.
them going through that field. And, but we're going to try to get them loaded. We're going to start a day ahead of time, right? Because
Yeah,
we got to pull out early in that next morning.
But I'm also checking on a different processor.
Yeah, I forgot about
Well, I
that.
was going to say, yeah, I was going to ask you about it. You had asked that one night on the show. Did you, if y'all were able to get a price locked in, or if y'all were?
Yeah, we have one which is just what 5 miles down the road.
Yeah, it's not even 5 miles really, but
But
yeah, probably then.
I
Well, that's who they're scheduled with.
yeah, that's who they're scheduled with. That's who did our two
Our
weathered sheep.
our weathers.
Yeah, we did those over there. But it's just like, whenever I took them over there, they didn't have a real good setup. They had to make sure that they didn't get out, getting loaded into their area. And he was like, oh, yeah, my scale is not working for that. So it's like, not real sure about that. So, but we just found out from another friend of ours that just toured a new facility that's been built in Shawnee.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna probably go check with them tomorrow and see what their setup is, because everybody around here, all the meat processors, they shut down pretty much.
Oh yeah, for deer season.
November through most of December, just for deer.
Oh yeah, man. Ours here. It's like, if you're trying, if you hadn't been scheduled out for a long time, you're probably not getting in for a while. But,
I called in.
They shut
September.
down, and they do deer only.
Yeah, I called in September because that's when it happened. I think in September, and so she said, "Well, it'll be December before we can get you." And I was like, "Okay, we'll live with it till then." But I was ready for them to go that next day.
Yeah.
But we've actually just been. I know a lot of people don't, but we've kind of thrown the corn to them. At night with the treats, just to, I don't know if it's made a difference, but they've had 3 months of extra cubes and corn, and
they'll be fattened up pretty good anyway.
yeah, and we never pulled them off of hay even through the summer. So of course they didn't eat a lot during the summer, but they're not in a huge field or anything. So
yeah, all of our fields around here are covered in blackberries.
Right.
Well, that's not as much as they were, but yeah, the goats like them.
Yeah, they pretty much consumed down the blackberry bushes, so
yeah.
But we're ready to start seeding around here, so we have some regular grass.
Right. Yeah, I know say you had wild huckleberries coming up. I've not dealt with the Dexters, but I know that's becoming a pretty popular.
That's the little ones?
I think they are. I don't know if he's got the minis or not.
I've seen the mini Dexters, but my niece, she's been buying from this same guy.
Yeah.
And it's the low line Angus. And they're shorter Angus cows.
Short legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're still big though.
Yeah,
probably.
they're big.
They're big and wide.
So watching the brisket starting to fill out, and the tail area is starting to hump up. So we're hoping that they're going to be big enough to give us what we want.
Right. Funny about size. I I think I had more trouble out of the young steers and stuff, the younger with the small, than I ever did the big cows. Because I mean, as far as getting kicked or them trying to be rough, but yeah, okay, so yeah, they're not minis, but they're smaller than something like an Angus. Yeah.
That's why I was going to wonder if they were steers, or I guess I just didn't expect the steers to have an attitude. You know, you just think about the bulls having that, and I didn't think that the steers would get territorial, but you know, they do. These guys have the way that they'll stop and they'll see a cat or something, maybe our neighbor's cat or somebody go through the field, and I mean they stop and they kind of run over to it, and it's like they're real almost dominant or possessive of the field.
Well, you let the goats out there with them.
Oh man, that was a
And the
mistake.
goats,
Yeah,
they chased the goats. That was crazy.
they had been out of the field. They used to be all in the field together. It was not a big deal, but then I had the goats. They're in a different field now, but one day I thought, oh, we'll let them in together, and those two steers ran the goats, and the goats had never been in this new field where, you know, I just opened them up to let them go out with the steers, and the steers chased them and just scared them to death. They were just bawling. I thought one of them had gotten hurt because they were running through the ditch and everything that's in this field, and so I was able to get over there and open the gate as they came running. And I mean, they just flew in. They were so scared to be in that field with those steers. So they just got territorial.
Well, that's all the fun of getting to learn, you know. I mean, that's, you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't outside of the dog and the cats, we haven't went to having animals yet. And the biggest concern is, besides I got to fence the property and be able to make sure they can stay in, it's just deciding that I'm going to be committed to staying home, and, you know, and not being able to go, because you got to take care of all that. And so it's
that's an issue when we want to go somewhere or need to go, you know, then it's like, who's taking care of the animals?
right. And, you know, which I know in talking with some of the other people that we've talked to, having a dairy cow, you know, or anything like that, that has to be milked on a schedule, you know, just, yep, exactly.
He won't let me do that.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's
yeah.
You know, that's part of it. And I mean, you know, even Joel talked about it in his book, Homestead Tsunami. You know, you got to make up that decision because they depend on you to eat. It's not like you can just ignore them or leave them alone, you know, and so it's a commitment of time. Yeah, she's got some good jokes.
Yeah. A twitching cow, beef jerky. That's cute, Serena.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. We've kicked around the idea and talked about, you know, the milk cow, and it's just like, nope, we don't. I don't want to be tied. I mean, we're tied.
Yeah, we're tied as it is.
Yeah, but just throw a milk cow in there, that's just no.
Right. Yeah, it's you know, like I said, I know even talking with David and Holly Lacey, you know, Glory Hills Homestead, they which they have a dairy cow. They got given to them, I think, if I remember the story correct, but decaffeinated. But the you know, you've got that scheduled time, and you've got that, you know, they've got, and milk cows are funny. They don't want, you know, they get used to a person milking them. Somebody else can come do it. And so, you know, it's a lot of headaches with that. I don't know what he's asking about there. Drones.
Our neighbor, she's one of our just friends, and she's just now got a milk cow, and it's not going to calf until she got a dairy cow, put it that way, who's going to calf in I don't know, February or March or somewhere around in the spring. And so I've told her, I said, well, I'll come up there and learn and, you know, get to know the cow and learn, and I can be a backup for you. But yeah, I can't take on, that's a huge responsibility. We
Well,
had a
it
friend
is.
that did that once, and it was like morning and evening, and
Yep, they're
We'll,
they're,
we'll
they're on a schedule, and then you got to figure out what you're going to do with all that milk. Now, I know, like Sean and Beth Doherty, a lot of other people, it becomes a part of their feeding for their cows. It becomes a part of their other animals is that milk because they can't consume it all.
right.
Now, I know, like large family, they got
Yeah.
12 people there, they can consume it all. you
Yeah.
know, but average people couldn't consume the amount of milk they're going to come out of a cow. So
No, and I don't think a lot of people understand how much milk is
Yeah.
going to come out of
oh yeah,
it.
it's gallons a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, even calf sharing, because that's what she'll be doing is calf sharing, at first
Yeah,
or the whole time.
it's a lot.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
milk still.
but we'll benefit from that.
Right. Well, that's it. But well, guys, listen, I got to get out of here.
We
Oh,
do
goodness,
too.
we're
Yep,
over.
we're slightly over. So, yep. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Ryan.
Hey, no problem.
Definitely
appreciate it.
wanted to hear about the Joel Salton, and then we'll be
We'll be on Tuesday at 7.
Yep.
We're trying to get blocked down to an hour ourselves since Amy and Chris follow behind us now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't mean to curtail,
Well,
diet.
I think
Yeah.
Jack chose to do that, and I mean y'all seen it. It can get 2-3 hours long over there on that open mic, and I never stay that long. I can't. This is the latest I've stayed up on one in a while. So
Yeah,
Yeah, this was about as late as we were able to do, but because of his schedule right now,
Right.
man, this was really the main night that we could like make it work. And
Right.
there's still times that it's like Sunday nights, that's a family day sometimes, and dinners and stuff, and it's like there may be some days that we can't make it work, and we got to work around that. But for the most part, this was the best time.
Well, we tried and looked at a lot of different days, and Tuesday just happened to fall in better in our schedule. And
Good night, Greg and Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. But anyway,
Okay.
it was fun, and we'll
Thank
see
you.
see you Tuesday night.
Yep.
all right.
Well, we will see you Tuesday, and thanks for hanging with us and helping
Thank
and getting everything wired out.
Yeah,
Well, Keith
Thanks,
helped us when I
everybody
did.
on the line.
Yep. Thank you, and good night, everybody. Good night, Keith and Serena and everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.
And there we go.